you look closely, you can see that they've each taken some different subjects, and they've done a really nice job with their camera shots. So we'll look at them a little bit more closely here. And they've already been judged. They've got ribbons for these projects. Somebody likes flowers. Lots of beautiful flowers here. Animals, probably their pets. Just a variety of things that interest the young people. And down over here we have scenery. Somebody is really interested in taking shots of the sunset or sun going down on maybe Lake Superior. Very nice work. And then I see somebody really likes their dog. Look at those cool shots of their dog. And then up here we have a variety of different shots. Definitely taken a variety of different animals and subjects and put them together. Looks like we have a rabbit right here, a fish, a snake, a yellow snake. Tiger at the top with a owl. I think that's a bear right there. This person likes zoo animals. Probably went to the zoo to do their take the pictures. Go back down here and see that yellow snake. Stands out real well. There's the tiger. A little closer up. Put a lot of thought into their pictures that they've taken. There's that fish. Managed to get a good shot on that fish. Hi, can you please tell me your name and why you're here today?
So my name is Nicole Cutterly, and I am the 4-H Extension Educator for St. Louis County.
And you are here in a 4-H booth. So what is this booth about?
So this booth that I'm standing in is our Animal Science and Exploring the Environment booth. And so youth enter their projects in one of those two categories. Animal Science covers things like chickens and pets and different forms of animals or veterinary sciences and things like that. Exploring the Environment are things like wildlife biology, fishing, shooting sports, more of your outdoor focused projects.
Okay, so if you'll just step aside, we'll focus in on some of those projects that were entered by the youth. So this is the Animal Science booth and environment projects from the 4-H. I'm going to have you now pick up the Animal Science one over here, please, and we'll get a better picture of it here. Would you tell me some of those topics? Which kind of birds that we were talking about?
Yeah, so we've got, it looks like birds of northern Minnesota here. So we have the ruffed grouse, we have a barred owl, downy woodpecker, some songbirds down here, a blue jay and American crow. And then we have over here, we have the wild turkey and a ring-billed gull that we often see in the state as well.
Interesting you say wild turkey. We never saw those. I've lived in the country for many years. We never saw them up until the last couple of years.
They are moving further and further north every single year, so they're becoming more and more common up here.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm learning too.
Right?
Yeah, 4-H is a great opportunity for the youth of all ages. My daughter was in it many years, up until 19. So it offers an opportunity of growth in so many different ways.
It allows youth the opportunity to explore what they're passionate about and what they're interested in, and it also leads them to challenge themselves to find new things that they might be passionate about or may be interested in, especially in the future, or picking career paths as they get older. It's such a wide opportunity for youth, and it's wonderful to see it.
Let's just take a look at another couple here. Since I used to raise chickens, this kind of interests me here.
Yeah, so this is a youth, this is his very first year raising chickens in his backyard, and he absolutely has fallen in love with chickens, and he decided to show off his chicks and some of the bigger chickens and how they live. And he put this poster together to talk about what it takes to raise chickens, so about their food, what they need, what they eat, how to care for them, and things like that. Also, their favorite snack is mealworms. And he really enjoys them. He loved them when they were in the chick stage, and he would pick them up and hold them and cuddle them and kiss them every single day. So give them lots of love.
Well, it'll be interesting when they start laying eggs for him.
Yes.
If he hasn't gotten to that point already.
They're not quite there yet, but another month or so they'll be ready.
That'll be an interesting thing to learn about too. So we have just a few more. Some of them are a little bit more difficult to see, but here's another one that somebody's done about chickens and what they need for food and types of different chickens. Now they got some really good pictures down there of those chickens.
They do, and those, it looks like that's from their backyard flock as well.
Oh, so they have a variety of chickens.
Yep.
Wow. Let's see if we can get in there. Oh yeah, I can get a real good shot of that one. 5 friends. So we got 5 different kinds of chickens. Now, these 4-Hers, do they live mostly in the country, or are they city folk and country folk?
Yes, we have a good mixture of youth that are both living in the country and in the city. 4-H is open to anybody. You don't need a pet or any form of livestock to show anything, and 4-H is so diverse in what it offers. And this one booth is just a small capture of what we offer for it.
What are the ages of the 4-Hers? When can they start, and how old before they're no longer able to be a part of it?
Yeah, so youth start when they are enrolled in kindergarten. So that fall is their first year that they can be a part of 4-H, and then they can stick with the program until 1 year past high school. So they can graduate high school and come back for 1 additional year to showcase in 4-H and be a part of the program.
When my daughter was in 4-H, I was just a project coordinator. I didn't lead the group, but we had kids in sewing, we had kids in horses and other livestock. My daughter she actually went to the review down at the state, fashion review down at state, and she did mostly dog, because I said I wouldn't buy a horse. I couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
Everybody else was into horses, but she actually started the agility training up here. She went for training to a private business, and so our dog was a mixed dog, and actually went to state with her. So there was a lot of opportunity for her to meet other kids, and that I think is a real good part of this as well, isn't it?
Yes, oh, absolutely. Kids enjoy seeing one another. They get to meet people from all over the state, and they come together at different times of the year. So youth in 6th grade and up, they have the opportunity to go down to the state fair. From their county fair, they have to earn a blue ribbon in a project area to pick one non-livestock project that can go down and be showcased at the state fair. And then, of course, livestock has its own set of trips that are taken as well. But there are other opportunities. There's leadership conferences. There are regional conferences that kids can be a part of up here in the region. And then coming out of the pandemic and with COVID and everything going on, during COVID, we were very heavy into virtual programming. And so kids got to get on a Zoom call and meet other youth from around the state, within the region. And those are continuing today. And it's something that our youth have requested, was that we want to keep doing this. We want to keep seeing people from across the state, even if it's just in a virtual Zoom meeting. They still really enjoy it and have a lot of fun.
That's exciting to hear that different direction. Do you have difficulty finding, like when I was in it with my daughter, we had a specific leader, and we went to meetings once a week, or I believe, or once a month, whatever. It's hard to remember.
Right.
But then we had the projects, and of course I led the sewing project. So is that still basically the same format that you do it in, or because of the way things have gone, are you doing it a lot more virtually, or what?
We're starting to see a shift and a change in how people want to participate in 4-H. So we still have those that would like to go to your typical club meeting that meets once a month or once a week, depends on the club itself and what they set for their meeting schedule. But then we also see that youth are very interested in one specific area. So a good example of that is Hurricane Hooves 4-H Club is all around horses. And so that's what they're based upon, is horses.
What was the name of that?
Hurricane Hooves 4-H Club. And so there's other clubs that we really refer to as like a project club. They're really focused around a very specific project club. Might be like engineering design challenges, a project club that kids can come and they can design a Rube Goldberg machine and have that down at a state event and showcased here at the county fair as well. So there's lots of different opportunities and different ways to be a part of 4-H. It's not just one model anymore, one club based. There's just a lot of different things. We also have a lot of after school programming. Youth that participate just right after school with us. We go either on site or they join us via a Zoom meeting, and we do activities with those kids right on site at their school right after school as well.
When you say on site, is that a particular place that you go to? Is it up at the extension office then?
It's at either their school, Boys and Girls Club, or different community centers, things like that.
Oh, I see.
All right.
So you're working with the Boys and Girls Club. Okay, so that's different than in the past. So that's good to know.
Yeah, it's just, we really open 4-H up to anybody and everybody, and we're meeting kids where they are in times that can be more difficult for parents to get to. So we've really focused on that after school hour. That's a really important hour that they need something to do versus just sitting at home by themselves.
Do you have enough volunteer help in doing that?
We're always looking for more volunteers to help. Always, always, always. We always need more people. And we're seeing growth in the program. We're seeing more youth want to be a part of it. And so in order for us to continue that path, we have to have more volunteers to do that as well.
How are you reaching out to the community to find those volunteers?
I'm working with different organizations. So I know this past summer we started working with like the Duluth Gardening Club to see about them coming in and teaching kids all about gardening and healthy living and those kinds of pieces as well. So just reaching out to different organizations and community groups to see.
So you're talking about maybe the gardening through the county extension. What do you call master gardeners?
That's another area that we can partner and work together. And
yeah, that one would be. There's lots of knowledge there that would be really beneficial.
Yes.
What about the arts? Do you have a connection there with any of the arts people that might be like through the depot or anything like that?
So Depot just joined Extension, or Extension and Depot just came together. So now they're one department with St. Louis County Extension. So we're just beginning to work with the depot a little bit more, we offer Cloverbuds Saturday. So the first Saturday of the month, Cloverbuds, so kindergarten through second graders, get together at the depot and are part of Cloverbud Project Days. And so it's a 3-hour program. They come together and they work on a variety of different 4-H projects every month.
Well, that's a good way to find more, because parents are so busy.
Yes.
You got to go past the parents and get into the grandmother and grandfather stages.
Yes, yes, we do.
So, well, this has been a real eye-opening for me.
Sure.
'Cause things have changed since
absolutely.
I was in it, and it's good to see that it's still alive, because I really feel it's a good opportunity for the youth. I really do.
Yeah.
So why don't we go around the back and
Okay.
get a couple of shots of the other booths,
Sure.
and then so Nicole and I are standing in front of another exhibit here. It's called Cloverbuds. Nicole, can you tell me what is Cloverbuds?
So Cloverbuds is an opportunity for youth in grades kindergarten through second grade, and they come together and they work on a wide variety of projects. And so Cloverbuds is an area where they do a little bit of everything. There isn't like a specific project area. So earlier we were talking about like animal science and veterinary sciences and things like that. There aren't any specific project areas. Youth just work on a little bit of everything to help them kind of explore some of the possibilities and maybe help to identify some of their interests in the things that they are passionate about.
Well, there is definitely quite a variety of things here. Let's just kind of go around and talk about these. I'm going to start right down here, closest to me on this table, and I can get a good shot of everything, but maybe you can just tell us a little bit about these.
Yeah, so these are just a wide variety of projects that the kids have put together. These are a lot of our like crafts and fine arts that you're seeing here. We've got a spider made out of some popsicle sticks. We've got some little fuzzy animals, some cute pottery and like woodwork kind of things here. We've got a little snowman made out of some socks. This was one of our Cloverbuds. This was their favorite project here. It's a little cheeseburger made out of clay. It's very cute and adorable.
I'm sorry, what were they again?
The cheeseburger made out of clay.
Cheeseburgers made out of clay.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
We've got a little bug hotel, and then we've got some pine cone animals that kids have made here as well. And so we've got some artwork farther down, and then up on the wall, the Northern Lights 4-H Club made their own t-shirts this year and tie-dyed them, and that was a favorite of a lot of our Cloverbud aged kids as well.
It's amazing how old that idea is, and it still is liked by the young people.
Yes, absolutely.
Kind of keeps going, kind of, a fad, it fades out and then it comes back in.
Yes.
And yet the youth, it seems like they like it.
Yes.
And it's a fairly easy thing for a young person to do.
Yeah.
So then we've got, we've got a lot more tie-dye up here on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice work these young people are doing for, what did you say ages were?
Kindergarten through second grade.
Yeah, okay.
Our youngest.
And then what do we have? Maybe you could go in and talk about some of the media they use. It looks to me maybe like, is that clay over there? And well, you've got a butterfly exhibit.
Yep, here we've got something that did like a little bug collection with some different bugs and butterflies. I've got a little dog made out of clay, a little drawing that somebody did, and framed it in some popsicle sticks as well. A lap book, so kind of just some little
What kind of a book is that?
It's called a lap book. It's just like different activities and things that they can do just sitting down. Keeps them busy and occupied and learning at the same time for it. We've got some artwork. Looks like somebody did some cooking with some trail mix and some weaving as well.
Weaving, interesting. And then we've got a collection of bird feathers there too, don't we?
Yes, absolutely.
Now, what did you say about the little quilt?
That's a little doll quilt.
Okay.
Is what it is. And so the youth put it together, chose the different fabrics, and mom helped the youth learn how to sew.
Well, at least there's some good sewers.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, is this a purchased item here that was tie-dyed in the corner, or what?
Yes, so it was a dress that was white, and then they went ahead and tie-dyed it.
That's a nice job on that, too. Got some other interesting little things here. Is there some baking that was done here?
Yep, so these are monster cookies, and the monster cookies have eyes in them made out of chocolates. That was a favorite of one of the youth as well. Looks like we've got some tie-dyed socks.
Oh, tie-dyed socks.
Yes.
Like, why don't you hold that up? Because I don't think most people have seen tie-dyed socks.
No.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And is that a snake over there?
Yeah, this little snake is made from wood. They bought the snake, but then they painted it for it. It's just a different, like a fun little toy that clicks back.
So
and
they
forth.
can buy an already. They don't have to make every single thing
Correct.
from scratch. They can start with something and then add color to it and then submit it.
Yes. Yep.
So it leaves open something for really almost every child to be able to do.
Yes, absolutely. And projects don't have to be done at a club meeting or any specific 4-H event. These projects can be done. We often see them done in school or other groups or just with mom and dad, something that they are passionate about as well.
Okay. So this booth is clothing and textiles. Needle. Let's see, and that includes. Can you tell us what that includes, Nicole?
Yes, so clothing and textiles. This is really like your home art. So you might have needlework, you might have quilting, sewing, and brand new this year we have a new category called upcycled clothing. So it might be clothing that you might find at a thrift store, or maybe something that you lost in your closet and you repurpose it in some fashion, and not necessarily even a repurpose, but you bring it back out and you create a new outfit with it as well. And of course we have our sewn garments, our sewn accessories, things like that too.
And that's another good thing for young people to learn is everything doesn't have to be new to be useful.
Yes.
And you don't have to be concerned that it's not the latest style. You can be yourself and choose what you would like to wear.
And youth also have an opportunity to wear their outfits and do a fashion review if they choose as well.
Do they do that here?
They do. We don't have any. No one opted to do that this year, but we have a performing arts show and fashion review show that we do.
Okay.
For it.
I know they used to do that too. My daughter was. Nah. Okay, what else can you tell us about? Is this still now the Cloverbuds, or these are older children?
These are older children, so these are youth in 3rd grade and up
Okay.
for it. There's just a wide variety of projects here.
What is this picture of, and how does that fit into this booth? Is it butterflies over there?
The dragonfly.
Yeah.
So this is a dragonfly photo, and it's falling under needle art. So my guess is somebody canvas and embroidery floss. I can't like an embroidery, but kind of a thing. And they made the picture out of yarn and canvas.
Wow, it's very nice, isn't it?
Yes, they did a really nice job.
I'm gonna zoom in on that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very nice. You want to just hold up another item or two there of what the youth have
Got
done?
like a quilted bag here that somebody made.
Very nice, yeah.
They also have a bookmark here as well. Needlepoint.
Needlepoint bookmark.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm zooming in on that. Just hang on to that there. Very nice, yeah. Well, you have some very talented youth that you're working with,
Thank you.
and this has been fun to see
Yeah.
what our youth can do. And is there anything else you want to say about 4-H that we haven't covered already? Did you grow up in 4-H?
I did not. So, my dad grew up in 4-H in Wisconsin, and my mom was convinced that there was not 4-H where we lived, because we were living in central Wisconsin at the time. And so we didn't do anything with 4-H, and instead we did Girl Scouts. So,
You did.
Girl Scouts.
I was a Girl Scout.
Absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's a wonderful, wonderful program.
Yeah.
But 4-H it's been a lot of fun for me, and I really enjoyed it.
So how long have you been with the Extension office?
6 years.
And you're in the northern part of the county, right?
Yes, that's my primary
Yeah.
place,
Okay.
helping out down here.
So now, will they have a 4-H up there at North St. Louis County's fair?
Yep. So next week is the fair up there, and we have an area, and so on Tuesday, 4-Hers will start coming in and have their projects judged, and then Wednesday through Sunday they'll be on display up there as well. Same project areas, same different projects obviously, but same project areas. It's kind of the same concept as well.
Well, see, so I'm going to say this from behind the camera, folks. Grandmothers and grandfathers, you're needed as teachers. You've got a lot of talent. You could add to 4-H. You could get your grandkids involved in 4-H. And so 4-H really can touch more than one generation. And I just encourage you, from what you've seen here today, to look into how maybe you can help by getting your grandkids involved, or by volunteering. They do need volunteers, as Nicole said earlier. So thank you for tuning in.